Well, and as you can imagine, the beginning of IBI was not even IBI.
We were actually calling it agrichar at that time. A lot of politics about the name of biochar.
2006, when I organized a side event as part of the World Congress of Soil Science in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where we gathered about 40, 50 people that came from academia and industry and NGOs in a room to talk about biochar. And the word wasn't used at that time yet. And we decided that we wanted to start an organization, an NGO, that would serve as an umbrella for this very diverse group of people from very different sectors.
And it was like, you go into another world, you get a bunch of crazy people who believe in something. And I can still remember the room. And, we did a lot of laughing, a lot of eating, and a lot of drinking. It was just a great day.
It was really just focusing on defining what it is, how we utilize it, its many great properties, and then creating an organizing element, I think, for biochar as a technology.
We decided it was a good time to be starting an organization, not because we were confident that there was a climate solution, but because we had hopes that there was a climate solution and thought that there was a lot of work to be done, probably a 10-year work period to understand both the technology side, could you actually produce recalcitrant biochar that had climate benefit, and as well as the agricultural side. And we thought getting started with a really comprehensive effort made a lot of sense.
Yeah, because somebody from the industry would never meet a soil scientist and would never meet an archaeologist and would never meet somebody who does agricultural extension in Kenya. So the normal platforms, the normal communities that we all were operating in, we never overlapped. Also because biochar making involves pyrolysis, which is an industrial process that was at that time much more situated in the energy sector. But soil scientists and energy engineers never meet. And so we needed a community to create a community where actually all these disparate different disciplines and sectors would come together and have a conversation.
We had to become a nonprofit. We became a 501c3. Getting a 501c3 is not that easy. The Internal Revenue Service asks tons of questions, and their questions particularly pertain to if this is such a good idea, why isn't it a commercial operation, and why does it need to be nonprofit? And which I think we answered extremely well, which is this has potential, but there's a lot of issues that have to get worked out between now and then that are part of philanthropy. And we as IBI won't be getting any of the financial benefits should this become commercial. We're just trying to set up frameworks for standards of what constitutes biochar, and for understanding what kind of systems would develop it and how well it can be applied agriculturally. And then ability to show a climate benefit, and that there was a lot of work that needed to be done to do that. And once that was done, then commercial operators would be able to take over and make money, but that would not be to the benefit of IBI. And then we eventually did get the approval for being a nonprofit, which allowed us to get philanthropic and foundation money.
I'm really proud of of the work that all of us have done in terms of education and training. Yeah, especially what we've done at ANSPI and IBI, and the work that our colleagues have done in China, which has been pretty fantastic. I'm proud of that I've been involved in that effort to develop really high quality training and education programs.
Because when we talk to certain individuals, they would question one particular aspect of it and then rule it out. Like we ran across one group that said, no, pyrolysis is not a good technology, so this can't be good. And so it was hard to really describe all of the many purposes without somebody glomming onto something that they didn't like. Soil carbon sequestration, for instance, we had one major NGO that was just opposed to that. So they were opposed to biochar.
And I think what should never be lost from this early spirit of IBI is getting people to talk that would otherwise not talk. Getting people to collaborate and work together that maybe initially think they have nothing to talk about, but they discover that they have a lot to talk about and have a lot of goals or aspirations in common and have skills to help each other.
And I think, you know, IBI has done a really good job of promoting biochar internationally, you know, along with people. I mean, I've got to say, Professor Annette Cowie has done an amazing job in the IPCC Scientific Committee to bring biochar to the attention of all governments through that IPCC process. But, you know, I think IBI has done a great job.
Yeah, so what makes me most proud about the biochar industry and IBI is that along with a few people, we were able to move it from just a conceptual idea to an organization, and we were able to get funding for it. And you know, we were able to have a viable organization that is now, here it is, you're talking to me 20 years later.